back with another one. You know what I mean? It's all the rap podcast. We bring you nothing but the best interviews and the best topics. I got a special guest here with me today. He came in all the way to Philly to chop it up with your boy. Got my guy Surge here. Surge, what's going
Yes,
on?
sir. Pleasure to be here.
What's going on? How was the trip, man? How was the trip?
It was chill, man.
Yeah, man.
One thing I had to just wake up a little earlier, but it's worth it.
It's worth
Definitely.
Yeah, it's worth it. You know, we putting in some work, so we gotta make it happen. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes, whatever it takes. I like that. I like that. Let's talk a little bit about, talk a little bit about you. What about sir? Why and when did you come to America?
Well, it was like not a few years ago. It was back in 2015. I was an exchange student, and I wasn't even thinking about like being in the music industry in general. I was just floating, to be honest, and yeah, it was pretty spontaneous. I came in here as a student, not necessarily here, but like down in Texas. Yeah, and I
Texas?
immediately, Texas was my first state, and I immediately fell in love with the vibe of this country.
Right.
I was like, oh yeah. I remember just feeling like I step outside and the cars moving past and just like bumping my favorite genre. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it was important. I was like, oh okay,
So
I'm digging it.
So you went from Texas to New York. That's a big step. So you went from Texas being your first city you came to.
Yeah, but to be precise, not from Texas. I came from like the very north of my country, Russia, which is the city. Like it's not even like I wouldn't even say it's city. It's a kind of like a village.
Right.
So and yeah, from there I made my way to like the capital of my country, to Moscow, and from there I came to Texas, and then I was just going back and forth between countries, and I ended up here in New York because one of my friends he told me that there's some job opportunities here, and yeah, I quickly responded, and yeah, here I am.
You leaving from your country to come in here. Was there any times where like you felt like uneasy or
Hell
like
yeah.
fearful of coming here or
Of course, man. That was a big time challenge. Yeah, it's a big step. It's big changes in your life, but you gotta understand that in order to achieve something big and great in this life, you have to think big, and you have to step out of your comfort zone. Definitely.
yeah.
That's why no matter whatever I faced in the early stages of my moving process, I was down completely to embrace it because like I was just thrown into the water not knowing how to swim, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna figure it out along the way. Why not? Because I don't want to settle for less and just like be comfortable with whatever I had back home. That's why like yeah, it wasn't easy, but
I commend you so much on that. Like, bro, I'm with you too. Like, me coming from where I come from, and I'm still here, but it's like I definitely want to see better. I know it's better for me. And definitely when you say that you got to make yourself. I put myself in uncomfortable situations all the time. Like that's the only way you gonna grow into the person
exactly.
you really, really, truly want to be. Like you feel what I'm saying? So it's like that's why I commend you. That's an uncomfortable situation.
I didn't know shit about language. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't speak a word of this language.
Yeah.
And that was like one of the biggest like, hurdles on my way. I was just like communicating with my coworkers and stuff with the Google Translator.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that and I like constantly was asking them, yo, what did you say? Like, and I was looking up words that I wasn't aware of, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the language barrier was probably one of the biggest challenges in my experience, but like it's fun at the same time. And a lot of, trial and error process. Like I said, I literally was carrying my Google Translator on me all the time. I don't believe it or not, but just 5 years ago, I wasn't speaking at all.
Damn. For you to really understand, me and really be speaking clear English. That's some good shit. You was determined, man. You was definitely determined.
Hell, I was dead set, bro.
Like, was you watching like American movies and all
Yeah,
that stuff like that?
exactly. Even though to me English is not native language, but I'm trying to get there, and that's why even when I feel like watching some Netflix or something, I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. Let me watch it in English so I can, keep my brain concentrated and like, constantly working, 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 working.
And listen probably like to American music.
And especially, bro, rap contributed to my English, like I'm talking about like dictionary in general a lot. Like the way I've been, to be exact, obsessed with the hip hop culture led me to understanding more and more and more and more, because I was constantly like translating lyrics of my favorite artists. That's how, like, I came across a lot of words that I didn't know back in the days.
That's what's up, man. People don't understand. You learn a lot from like hip hop and rap. And it's crazy. You're not the only person, you know what I mean, that's not from the state that learn how to speak English from music.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a great way to learn.
You bop into the music. If you keep listening to something, you start like
Especially hip hop, man, because they're saying some real shit.
Yeah.
They're not just saying some repetitive words that be like, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
right. So that's a great transition, man. So like I didn't introduce my guy properly. Let me tell you a few things that he do. He's a Russian American rapper. Yeah, I mean R&B pop artist. He a producer and audio engineer. So he can get your music right. He can do whatever. I'm
Right
sure he
on.
do beats and everything like that.
Yeah.
Have you been doing like a lot of your own beats, like rapping them?
Yeah, that's basically how I started. Like the first year I came here, it was 2018. I bought a Mac, and for actually different purposes. I was just trying to get into trading game, stocks and all that stuff. Like soon I realized that they actually have this GarageBand app installed with it. I was like, oh, okay. Like back in 2013, I was just playing around with some beat making machines and stuff, like in Russia. And I was, oh, okay, let me actually give it a one more shot. And
Try, huh?
yeah, so I got way too carried away, and here I am.
I mean, I guess it's a good thing to get carried away because you
Certainly.
learn something new, learned a new skill, and shit, that skill is helping you and others.
Yeah, I didn't like I could not imagine that I would take it way further than just being a producer. Because I was like, okay, let me just play around with these buttons, let me play around with these faders, knobs, and stuff. Over time, I feel like let me just hold that mic.
Right.
That mic just gravitating towards me.
Right. Okay, so what was that thing that it was something that got you to that mic, right?
Yeah.
Who was it? Like, was it a popular artist? One of your family members? Who was it that got you to that point where
Well,
you wanted to be an artist?
there's been a few characters that inspired me to do this. So one of them, of course, I feel like I have to mention is the guy I was raised listening to. It's Tupac.
Yeah.
And I know, like,
Tupac.
I know it's hard to believe for a kid from Russia that he was bumping some Tupac back in.
Today, I'm not surprised though who know what, but for Tupac to reach Russia, that's a good thing.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the only reason I emphasized it. I just happened to come across his. I believe like the first song that I've ever heard from him was with Elton John, "Ghetto Gospel."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the first one. And I don't know, man. It just captivated me so much. I was pretending like I knew the language, or like I was just mumbling. No, get a gospel. Then from the new school, Post Malone, definitely. Post Malone is the guy that I still do look up to him. I just love his diversity. Like he's able to perform in like various genres and stuff, and still be relevant.
Yes.
It's it takes a genius.
I mean, I think that's why a lot of black artists really like him and really, do songs with him because they see that diversity. When I ain't gonna lie to you, when he came out with White Iverson, I was like,
How did you feel?
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like,
You wasn't rocking with that song at all?
It was alright, but it wasn't like, you feel what I'm saying? That wasn't the song that got me.
What was it then?
It was I forget the song, the name of the song, but it was on the radio.
Congratulations.
Is it crazy? Is that it?
My mama calls
Yeah, that,
you
yeah,
to yeah,
that's
that's a
what got me.
major
That's
hit.
what got me. You feel what I'm saying? Congratulations. So I seen that you dropped a music video. Like, how was it? You know, how was the process making that?
That was fun as hell.
Yeah,
And like the whole story, how we found that location.
yeah.
Yeah, like one of the locations, because obviously there was like three locations involved in the whole process. It was back in 2020. Me and her, we were just like strolling in Staten Island. I don't know if you're familiar with like New York area. Are you?
Not really. Every time I came there, I came to Manhattan, but it was just like downtown, just a party type shit. Like
Oh,
it
word.
wasn't really like yeah. Or I come there, I come there to go to the Barclays Center to watch boxing.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I've been there just once. So you've never been in Staten Island?
no, no.
All right, cool. So we went there. We found this like park or something. It's like Snug Harbor, whatever it's called. We see this like mansion-looking building with like super gentrified area.
That was in 2020.
That was 2020. And next thing you know, we were just thinking about locations where we can get this all situated. That was the first thing that struck my head. I was like, oh, okay, remember that mansion in the park? And we were trying to be kind of like sneaky about it and show up and just shoot it all and just dip real quick. But they caught us off guard. Whoever works in there came out of the building and like, oh, you got you gotta find the permit. I was like, no way.
Y'all, did y'all get like a little footage from it?
Yeah, we did.
So that's the little footage that. Oh, that's on the video. That's y'all got.
Yeah, so we managed to just do one take. And right after that, they showed up at the doors. And they were like, oh, you have to have a permission to shoot in here. So it's 150 for 2 hours. I'm like, the sun's going down already. We literally came in here for a few takes. They didn't really care, they stuck to the technicalities. And I was like, whatever. Because I was asking, like, yo, can we do at least like a 1 hour? We don't really need to. Nah. And ironically, like the best take was the first one. That very take that we shot before they even approached us.
Okay, so this is your permit. This is your receipt.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much
Thank
because
you.
it does support the gardens, and so we do appreciate it.
That's a shame.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So the song is like a theme song.
Yeah, it's like a winner's theme song, pretty much dedicated to like all people that's winning out there. And I just wanted to portray the vibe of what the winner look like. And I just feel like with so much negativity out there, you have to like put something.
Yeah, to balance it. So
Yeah, you have to balance it. Exactly.
yes.
It's all about the balance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be preaching about that.
No, that's a big part of this platform. I try to put all the positive energy out there as much as I can because, right, I'm just so tired of the negativity. I kind of like shut it out and I try to figure out, okay, what's positive I can put out there
Exactly.
to balance it out. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I'm going to have people like you, people that's trying to do stuff.
And I appreciate you for having us.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes,
I got you. I had to bring you on.
The sad thing about it is I feel like it's convenient for like the majority of people to resonate with negativity. Which is like, man, we gotta fix this situation.
Yeah, we gotta fix that.
I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about, right?
Exactly what you're talking about. It's so easy for people to
criticize someone, like talk down on someone, like shit on someone's name. Man, why? Like you didn't even know this person.
You know what it is? I think they feel like they being weak by giving positivity. In my idea, I feel like I'm more stronger by, me trying to provide type of positivity to the world. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know. I guess that's where it comes from the conflict at.
Yeah, man, I completely feel you on that. I am really glad that we teamed up as kind of like congregate of people who's standing for some good.
But me, I'm learning now to really try to accept people. And it's like, all right, take them for what they showed me for at that point. Like, if you show me, all right, you're a good person, you're good heart, your energy good and stuff like that. You show me that, okay, I'm going to take you for that. Now, when you do something that make me think of you as being negative, you got to get out of here.
Yeah, but don't pay them with the same favor. Just leave them alone. That's actually the best vengeance that you can pull off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. So back to the song. So this song wasn't yours or?
Yeah. It's funny how you touching up on some negativity and the next question is so kind of like correlated with the whole subject. Like I said before, the way I started was just playing around with the beats. I paid for a program to allocate me in recording studio downtown Manhattan, which is called Angel Room Audio. The program is called Recording Connection for Hip Hop and Beat Making and Audio Engineering, and I paid for that. It was like about 12 grand, mind you. And I put that all out of my pocket. You know, making a lot of connections with people from the industry and learning about sound production and all that good stuff. I was just making beats for, you know, other guys. I happened to create this short loop, which one of my like former homeboys, he was rocking with it. And we had a song back in like 2019. But then, you know, when you take your business serious, you're trying to like do it all legitimately, you know, have a business set up, contracts, so we don't have no discrepancies with artists you're working with, right?
Right.
Yeah, but some of the people just don't understand that you're not just a artist. You are also a public figure in the business.
Right.
I was trying to put people on like, yo, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. But like, I felt like I was just pushing them way too hard. They weren't just ready for.
It wasn't ready.
Yeah, they were still playing around. They just took it as a like hobby and stuff. I'm not gonna lie, it took me some time to realize that. And I was like, yo, wait, what am I doing right now? I'm actually trying to have this guy life better more than he does.
Right.
But like, how much sense does that make?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole situation led me to have tense relationships with one of my artists that I was producing for, right? Look, I'm gonna just put you in a hot seat real quick. So imagine I owe you money, about like 500 or something. I'm gonna just keep feeding you with promises like, yo, cut me some slack. I got this going on, I got that. Like, question, how soon will it reach the point that you've had enough and I gotta get paid right now? I'm pretty sure soon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what happened. And that was the lesson learned. I'm not gonna lie. It was just like, okay, you can't be too soft in this industry. You gotta set the boundaries between the friendship and the business. You know, I had to just cut a lot of people off because we were just going different directions.
Well, I wanna add on to that is that everybody that you with right now, they're not gonna make it to the point for real. A lot of people in your life, man, like God put them in your life for certain reasons. And a lot of people not really meant to go the whole way. Like they're not really.
They're just there like temporarily.
Yeah, they're like
some of them.
Like they're there to school, learn you on some shit.
Even a negative experience, you gotta just find the, you know, the flip side of it. I had to go through some bullshit. But yeah, thank you for that. Nonetheless, No. I know who I should avoid.
Yeah. I appreciate everybody that came into my life. They gave me lessons. So now I know, I understand, like you just said, I understand the people or the things, you know, certain stuff that I need to avoid now. I'm at the point where it's like, I only want people around me that want to see better in their life. Bruh, my goals don't align with certain shit. Like, I want to get to the point where, you know, I'm eating good, living good, my family living good, everybody living good.
You're providing for, yeah, man.
Exactly, so.
Likewise. But yeah, like, just returning to your question, just to kind of like summarize, it was after I got rid of certain individuals in my life, right? I was just going through beats and figuring out which one is next, right? And I was like, oh wait, this beat is way too hard to pass on, you know? And I just hopped on it. Yeah, that was pretty much the whole story behind it. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's a hell of a good song, man. Check it out. You know what I mean? Go to my man, go to the surrge.
The surrge, the song's named One. You already know the vibes.
Some good music out here, you feel what I'm saying?
And we got more coming in. Now you're not ready. Big time bangers.
That's why I said y'all gotta follow him. You know what I mean? He out here doing big things. I mean, he's serious.
Hey, you serious too, man? Like, the question you asked me before we even started shooting, right? And I said, oh, let me just set that on camera. I was just listening to this book. I don't remember the like author name, but he was just saying that, you know, you really have to build your network right now. Podcast is on the rise. Yeah, my bad.
That's fine.
I already know. I'm still dealing with the language barrier. You have to bear with me. So I don't even recall the website's name. They pretty much listed like all hot and up and coming podcasts. And yours was one of them. And I just noticed that you took your craft, we can call it craft, right? Yeah, just like music. Yeah. Serious. By simply, you had your merch right there. Yeah. Check this out, by the way. It looks dope.
Yeah, man. You can get that. Website is coming. Everything is coming. Just give me some time. But
give my man some time, you know.
It's definitely going to be a part 2 to, I think, all of this because we building.
Relentlessly.
Relentlessly, definitely.
I really enjoyed the fact that you were open-hearted, you know what I'm saying? And you weren't trying to look cool and like say some fancy shit and saying pretty much straight up how you feel. That introduction video, watched it and I'm like, yo, I can relate to people like that. And that's why even if I have to wake up 6 in the morning and make my way all the way here to have a conversation, chop it up, and pet this little guy, I felt like it's worth it because we're on the same page. And I could feel like I already know you as a person before I even stepped in this house. That's what matters the most, connection.
Let me keep it a bean with y'all. I mean, like, be real. Like, I really just met Sir, bro. Like, for the first time, it's us seeing each other and everything. So it was like, for us to be able to just meet each other and get along like this and for our energy to be like this show a lot. It showed that we can make some shit happen. It's just like you just got to be willing to do it.
Yeah, man, like I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the podcast field, especially in Philly, right?
Yeah.
Because those guys, Gillian, Wallow, man.
Yeah,
And you know what's funny, actually? I met them. Not like both of them, but Gilly. $1 million worth of game.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, we're rocking with you guys big time.
I rock with everything Philly. And one thing that was big for me is like, is really bringing us all together and coming up with some shit where we all can win.
So it was like back in 2019. And you know Leap Service, right? Yeah. By Angela E. That's another podcast. Shout out to Angela E too. Why not?
Yeah. So I be watching that too. Like I really watch these and listen to these podcasts because, bro, they be having some game, and that's what I want to bring to the table. So I watch them just to see how I can bring the game because, bro, I'm always reading, I'm always watching certain videos. I'm like a weirdo, bro. So it's like, I mean, I just try to figure out really, the game that I can bring that's gonna be authentic to me.
Most definitely. They had an episode on in the studio that I was working in. Gilly was one of the guests. Bro, but they were discussing some stupid shit.
But they talk about stuff. They talk about that's what I'm saying. They talk about stuff that go on in the community, like with us. They go on, but a lot of people don't want to talk about it.
Nah, I feel.
You know what I'm saying.
I completely understand why these type of topics booming. Obviously, because that's something like forbidden fruit.
Yeah.
It's something out of that category.
I got so many topics for women. I can't wait to have women on my podcast because I it's so messed up that goes.
But you're like to have one already?
I know. I like to have one already. I can't wait to have one.
So
So it's like so much stuff that like I want to talk about that's gonna be like juicy and something that people like women or people that just want to hear. So
tell me, how exactly what was your biggest motivation to start your own podcast?
Me just watching these podcasts and with like, you know what, I can do that. But before I was doing that though, anybody that's around me that know me, like truly know me, like truly know me.
Mm-hmm.
Like them people, when they ask me stuff, I mean, I kind of give my take on stuff. I always do that. I always try to give my take, what I think the best thing for you to do. One day, I just thought like, shit, why can't I do that on a podcast? Give my thoughts of what I think as far as affecting change or just regular topics. Like we said earlier, it's a lot of topics that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. Right?
Yeah.
That we don't talk about amongst each other. We need to talk about this. That'll bring change, some type of a change. Like, you feel what I'm saying? If we talk about it amongst each other. But if we keep brushing it to the side, the shit never gonna change. You feel what I'm saying? So I think, like me, like I thought about it like that, and why not just bring it to the forefront, these topics, let people have a conversation from the topic.
That's pretty unique take on it. You're basically trying to say that you are, what do you call them? Conductor between people who's having a hard time to have a conversation.
Right.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, because I'm at the point where I don't give a fuck. I don't care about what my...
I don't either. That's a bliss, bro.
I don't care about what people think. I don't give a fuck. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like men need to start washing their back more. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Or men, period, they just start washing their back more. You got a fucking back scrubber? No, a lot of us don't. That's kind of what this all the rap. That's why I named it all the rap. I mean, you asked me that too.
I did watch that episode when you were explaining that it wasn't necessarily about the rap as a genre only.
Rap is like a slang word for talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah,
it's like a slang, like we rapping, man. You rapping,
yeah,
we rapping about something. That mean we talking about something.
yeah.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? I just named it that because that's like easy. That's like easy for somebody to say. I ain't want to say all the talk.
All the talk that sound is
I sound like
fluent.
I sound like a woman's show, like a like
All
we
the
about to
talk
be
show.
talking about gossip all the time. Or some shit. So look, man, I definitely appreciate the like questions and stuff like that, man.
No, for sure. I'm pretty sure you're gonna make it in the podcast game, and you know we're gonna be alongside. I'm not gonna make promises, but at least I hope so.
The deuce game, nigga, you gonna make it. You keep having this confidence, just will to go get it. You will get it.
It's a matter of time, yeah,
It's
man.
a matter of time. Just a matter of time, definitely. If you see, a lot of people don't understand this. It's like you gotta see yourself there already. You feel what I'm saying?
Manifesting.
Yeah.
My man, we gotta dedicate the whole episode to it because I'm big on
You
it.
gotta see yourself.
Meditation and manifesting.
Yes, you gotta see yourself there already in order for you to get there or be there. You gotta see yourself there. So
Before you even have it, feel it.
right, you feel it.
Yeah, you gotta feel it before you have it.
This was a great interview. We touched on a lot of stuff. We touched on the music video
Yes,
they got.
sir.
Him getting, coming to America, not really knowing English and learning English in the 5-year span that he's been here. Just a bunch of stuff, man. I wish nothing but success to my guy, Surge.
All the rap podcast. Tune in. We're gonna have another one, definitely.
Share, yo.
I had a good time, man. I appreciate you for.
It will be a part 2 to this. I ain't gonna tell y'all. We're gonna just let y'all see it. It's gonna be a part 2. You know what I mean? So thank y'all again.
I appreciate you for having me, my man. That's a pleasure. It was a great experience. Really enjoyed it. See y'all soon. Appreciate you for tuning in. And let's have a toast. Let's have a toast. Cheers, my brother. Yes, sir.